Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Saem Soul Power Stay Cushion Refill. This is the Overaction Little Rabbit edition. I had to read that off the screen because the name is way too long. I picked this up in the shade 13, which is the lightest of the 3 shades that they have offered. And I picked it up because I wanted to fit it into my Style Nanda case, which I don't have with me because it doesn't fit. So the actual circumference of the circle is the right width, but the hinge is too big. I don't know why. So the Saem ones are supposed to fit in, and I can see why they would. It's just that this one, it doesn't fit. So I'm very sad about that because it was like the perfect baby pink shade. It had a really cute cushion puff, so it would have been absolutely adorable, but it doesn't fit. Doesn't matter because I don't particularly like it. So the product description says, Power Stay, Fitting Powder, Cover Powder, Sliding Fit Powder. The 3 power lasting powders provide excellent coverage and a long-lasting effect. Well-extracted moringa oil and baobab seed oil gives moisture with essence cushion. Triple fitting system for natural glowing moisture skin. That was like the worst product description I've ever read. I don't know how to say baobab.
Baobab.
I don't know that one. Sorry. So the packaging of this cushion is really cute. I didn't get the outer because I wanted to put it in my Style Nanda case, but the hinge is a little bit too wide, so it doesn't quite fit, which is so sad. It does have a really cute pink outer, and it comes with a really cute puff that has the rabbit on the top as well. I have the shade 13, which is the lightest in the range, and it's not a bad colour, but for some reason it just makes me look so ghostly white, and like the arm swatch doesn't look like that at all, so I don't know what's happening with it, but yeah, you will see in a second. I find this cushion to be really drying on my skin, so my preferred method of application is to use a damp sponge. Sometimes I use the Beauty Blender because it's honestly a bit of a better shape, but today I'm going to be using the Holika Jelly Puff, I think this is called. It's damp at the moment and it is absolutely massive, so we're going to go in with this time. So see how much surface area this puff covers. Oh my god, it's crazy. But it also makes my skin look a little bit nicer with a drier foundation. I do find this cushion hard to apply. It feels sticky in the sense that I can't drag and blend, like it's making my skin feel dry. And it does also make any dry patches of my skin look more apparent, so I'm a little bit apprehensive about this area of my face today because I do have an active spot and then the rest is scarring. Just love getting little clusters of pimples. It's just great, like yay. But I thought today would be a good day to review this because it is supposed to be a power cover cushion, so it's supposed to be able to cover those scars nice and easily, so we will see how that goes. So I'm just applying a little bit extra on the scarring here. I find that this cushion is okay to build up if you've got a wet puff, but if you've got a dry puff, absolutely not. It is just terrible. But that is one side of my face done, so that is what it looks like with my neck. It actually doesn't look too bad today, but I still think that it looks quite ghostly. And that is my skin without. So I'm quickly going to be doing this half of my face, and I apologize for the really awful lighting. It's really windy outside, so the clouds are being like blown past the sun really quickly, and there goes the sun again. Okay, so this is what the cushion looks like all over my face. It does look a little bit ghostly. I'm not sure if it's just a shade too light or if it's got something in it that's making it look like flashback, because it doesn't look like this on my arm. It looks like it should be a darker shade on my arm, but on my face it just looks so wrong. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's wrong. So you can see that it has covered up that scarring a little bit. Obviously the texture of the acne itself isn't going to be covered up that much. It is making the pimples look a little bit more textured, which I don't like, so I'm just going to zoom you in now. So this is what the acne looks like down here. You can still see the redness because they are very red, but they are a little bit more covered. Sorry for this really awkward angle. That is what the rest of my skin looks like. There's like a little bit of a glowy finish, but that's more from the base that I had on before, like my skincare. And then there's the forehead as well, so you can see a little bit of texture and wrinkles through there, and it's definitely starting to crease on my eyelids already. It does crease really bad underneath my eyes too. I'm actually going to be doing swatches today, so I'm doing the Semel under eye swatches, so you're going to see how badly it reapplies later. And for a cushion, you want it to reapply well because it's a cushion. So I'm going to check in a little bit later with you guys and show you everything. This is a really weird zoomed in angle to finish on. I'm sorry, but that's fine. So the foundation has been on for 5 hours now, and I've just finished filming everything for today. And yes, my eyes, around my eyes, just looks awful. I know. It's from eyeshadow staining. Yay. So the foundation is looking very matte, it is looking very cakey, and you can definitely see the areas where like parts of it have been rubbed off by the makeup remover, and I know that this is not like, I don't know, would you guys consider this like a fair test? This is what I need my makeup to do every day because I do a lot of makeup swatches, so I consider this a fair test for everyday use if it can reapply. Also because it's a cushion. They're designed to be able to reapply, but this does not do that very well. So I'm going to zoom you in. Actually, I'm just going to pick the camera up and hide. So this is around my mouth. You can see a really beautiful line. And then this is the scarring that I tried to cover earlier. It's totally been uncovered. I haven't touched this section of my face at all. This is what it looks like around my nose, which is pretty atrocious. It's so cakey. Just, oh my gosh, so much texture. And around my eyes is a train wreck anyway, but it really didn't reapply enough of the product, which is why it looks so dark. And then my forehead hasn't had any reapplication, but it just looks so textured. So I'm going to check in a little bit later to show you guys how this has worn throughout the day. So the Saem base has been on for 8 hours now, and this is how it is looking. I don't have any shininess in my T-zone or anything like that. I can feel the oil on my nose, but it doesn't look too bad. It looks a little shiny, but nothing really atrocious. The coverage has obviously worn off on the acne. It's pretty red and pretty obvious, which is disappointing. It still looks okay on this side of my face because I've got extra like bronzer on top, but it's not horrific. I can see a lot of separation of product around my mouth though. And the same around my nose. I can see like a lot of redness coming through here, and a lot of texture sort of like here as well. It just doesn't look good to me. Same with my forehead, you can see a little bit of shine there, but mostly just texture issues for me. I'm actually going to leave this review here. Normally I do another check-in, but I'm going to the movies with some friends and I just don't want to look bad. So just because it looks so cakey and my eyes look so dead right now, I really just need to take the whole thing off and start again. So I'm gonna go do that now. So I am wearing this cushion today with bronzer. So I am using the Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer in a 3 shape around my face because this cushion just makes me look so ghostly, and I don't know why, because it's actually darker than my perfect shade, which is NARS Sheer Glow. I don't know what's in it because I can't find a good product description that contains ingredients, but I'm wondering if it has like mica and things like that, or like titanium dioxide that's going to give a very big white cast. It just doesn't look good color wise at all, even though like right now I think it looks okay, but normally no, it looks so grossly. See, when the sun goes down I think it looks worse. I don't know what's happening with it, but I don't like the colour. I also find it really difficult to apply. It's so super matte that even if I apply it with a damp sponge, which is how I showed you today, it really like clings to the skin immediately. It's really hard to blend it, and if you blend it too much or if you layer too much on, it starts to get really cakey, and you can see the cushion on your skin. I just said cushion, I mean cushion. For a cushion, the ideal purpose for them is that you can take them out and touch up throughout the day. But if you can't reapply and relayer the cushion, then what's the point of having this in a cushion format? You may as well just make it into a bottle foundation. It does give a bit more coverage than a cushion usually would, but you can see with my little chunky chunk of acne here that the coverage, actually it's only been, what, 3 hours that I've had it on today, and the coverage has already worn away completely over those areas. So, not great. Although it did cover initially, so you can see that my scarring on my cheeks, that's pretty covered. I also have bronzer on top, and the cushion underneath wasn't disturbed, so I was able to make really nice swirling motions with my brush, which sometimes with a more dewy finish cushion or foundation will disturb the foundation underneath. This one isn't disturbed, but it just doesn't look good. So you guys would have seen in the close-ups that I showed you before that it just doesn't look good on my skin at all. It clings to the dry patches, it just looks super chunky in really weird areas, and the colour is totally off. It does last really well on my skin, and it is a power stay cushion. It doesn't really get that oily unless I'm wearing it for a very extended period of time, or if I'm outside in the sun where my skin would naturally just get a little bit more oily. So in that aspect it does a very good job, but overall I just can't recommend it because it's so hard to work with, and unless you have maybe really oily skin, it doesn't look good on the skin. So this cushion was a huge fail for me, unfortunately. I really wanted to like it because packaging, but I don't. So that's a shame, but not everything works for everybody. So thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you next time. Bye!